guys, welcome to my channel Kel's Stitches. I'm Kelly and this is my channel all about cross stitching and everything that goes with it. So I would just like to say welcome to any new subscribers that I might have picked up in the last couple of weeks, and welcome back to any of my existing viewers and subscribers. It's very much appreciated that you come back and join me every time I post a video. So let's just get into what I have stitched on for the past fortnight. Just open that and find my cover photos. Should be all of these ones. Alright. So the first one that I have stitched on for this rotation is this one. It is Tiger Lilling. Artwork is by Laurie Prindle and it is charted by Pain Free Crafts. This is what it will look like when it is completed. And this is currently where I'm up to. So as you can see, I finished off down here, that page that I had that little bit to complete. And then I asked the partner where I wanted to go, where I should go next. And he said he wanted to see the eyes being stitched, so that's where I went. I headed up, and as you can see, I've got one eye coming in here on that page. I was going to go across and do some of the background and the flowers and stuff, but he wanted to see the eyes come in, so that's where I went. And I worked on this for 2 days and I got 1,000 stitches into it. So, and this is being stitched on 18 count, I'm pretty sure, because it came as a kit. I'm pretty sure I bought it as 18, yes, 18 count. Sarah's got it ticked there for me. So, yeah, that is looking really good. I am loving it. The detail in this is amazing, like the whiskers and the teeth and everything. It's really good, so I'm loving that. Stitching up quite easily, as most of Sarah's Pain Free Craft charts do. Alright, next one that I stitched on was this one. It is, I just call it Wild, and it's from a Etsy store called 2x2 Stitch Art. I don't know if it's actually got a name, but I just call it Wild because it came in, I bought it as a trio of charts that I've stitched the other two, and so I'm just stitching on the third one now. And this is where I'm up to. So with this one, what I'm just doing is in Pattern Keeper, I'm just going from least amount of stitches to most amount of stitches with the colours. As you can see, I have started to bring in some of the teals. This is really dark, I think 939, I think that one was. So yeah, it is starting to come along nicely there. And this one I stitched on for 2 days and I got 1,600 stitches into it. So, and it's just being stitched on a scrap bit of 16 count, could be 18 count, I can't remember. Looks to be the size of 16 count. So yeah, that is looking pretty good. Alright, so the next one that I worked on was this one, and it is Mini Shaman by Laurie Prindle, and the artwork, I'll keep getting that, and the artwork is, the artwork is by Laurie Prindle, and it is charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. So that's what it'll look like when it's completed. And if I can find the right bag. And this is where I'm up to. So as you can see, I have filled in a bit more of that page that I was working on. Just slowly filling it in. You can see some of the feathers coming in here. That's hanging off the bridle of the horse. So sorry, the light's just gone funky. So yeah, you can see those feathers hanging off here. That's the jaw of the horse, so that's the jaw line. The throat latch is up here, and then it comes down into the chin. Starts coming down through the muzzle into the chin here. And I worked on this one for 2 days, and I got 1,210 stitches. Don't ask me why I ended up with 10 stitches, because usually I go in 20s, 50s or 100s when I'm stitching. But that 10 stitches is there, and I really don't know how or why I ended up with them. But yeah, that's looking good. For a mini, it does have some, it's still got the definition there, so I'm quite happy with it as a mini. And this is being stitched on 16 count using CXC threads. So that is what it's looking like. Alright, the next that I stitched on was this one, and I'm just calling it Moonwolf 1. This is also from a store on Etsy. I'm pretty sure it is Light Unicorn Designs, or if it's not Light Unicorn Designs, it's Laser Art Design. It's one or the other. So that's what it'll look like when it's finished. I went through and I filled in or marked all the white stitches completed on Pattern Keeper. So now I'm up to, I think it's like 78% done, but I'm not actually, because I'm only in this quadrant up here. But it still makes me feel really good that it says that I've got so much completed. I wonder I'll pick this up. But I'm not doing the white background because I am stitching it on a pink fabric. So here we are. This is what it looks like. It might be better if I hold it back instead of closer. So that's where I'm up to. As you can see, I finished, well, I think I was already I'll finish that page, and I was just onto this one. So you can see that coming in. The moon in here is coming in. There we go, that might be better. The moon's coming in here, and the wolf. The only white stitches that I left unmarked was these ones that are in the wolf here, because I will be stitching those in just to give him some definition. But the rest of it I am leaving in the unstitched, so the pink fabric can shine through. I'm trying to get that colour to show up. But yeah, so that's looking really good. If I was smart enough, I would have worked it that big blotch there was in the moon here somewhere, but I wasn't going to bother working that out. But that's stitching up really well. I don't think I'll have it done by the end of the year because, then again, because it's the most stitches are up here in this moon. The rest of it, once I get, like, see, there's the wolf. Once I get that finished, that's basically all I've got is the wolf down here to do. So I don't know. I don't have much left on this page to actually do. I think there's only like a couple of colours left on this page to do. So we'll see. What is it? We're the end of October. That's what I forgot to say. Today is Monday, the 21st of October 2024, and this is Flosstube number 58. I knew I'd forgot to say something in my introduction. Anyway, so yeah, as I said, I don't have much left in this page to do. Let's just fill in the wolf's face and head, and I think there's a few more colours in here. And then we will move down. But that's looking really good, and I worked on that for 2 days and I got 1,200 stitches into it, and it is being stitched on fabric from Paddock Lane Designs. I'm pretty sure it is a 16 count. It doesn't have a colour or anything. It didn't come with any name or anything, because it was just from one of her die spot sales that she holds, and I just said to her, just give me so many pieces for like $100, whatever $100 will get me, just send them to me, and that's what she done. And I got some really nice coloured pieces of fabric. They're still over in my stash, and I've got to find something to do with some of them. Alright, so the next one that I worked on was this one. It is called Protector. The artwork is by Katie Lipscomb, and this is also charted by Pain Free Crafts. And that is what it's looking like. Oh, that is what it will look like when it is completed. And this is where I have got up to. As you can see, I'm filled in more around here, around the wolf's mouth, up here and up there to fill in. I worked on this one for 2 days and I got 1,100 stitches into it. So basically now it's just colour completing, which is what I do anyway on that page. So I just pick the next colour down, next colour here, and just work the way through. And this is being stitched on an 18 count. 18 count? Or was it 16 count? 16 count that I dyed myself in that apple green colour. Because I, once again, am not doing the background on this. There was a lot of, like, all of that creamy colour and what haven't you. It was all background and I wasn't stitching that. So I decided to do it on green fabric. But that's how much I have stitched so far this year. And it's looking really good. Once I'm finished there, that page, I will move over and just do, there's just a little bit over on this page to be done to finish off, and then I will move, I will probably then move across this way and finish off and go down and then go down to the bottom, I think. So yeah, that's that one. Give me a name. show you. Next one is this one. It is called Moonrise Song. This is the large version, and it is artwork by Abraham Hunter, and this is charted by Artisy Cross Stitch. So you can get this in regular and the large. I went the large version. I probably could have got away with the regular version, but I went the large version because of the extra detail in it. Alright, so I will put, and this is what we're up to. If you can recall, or as you'll see in the picture, the before picture, I just had this bit of blue left to do, which I obviously stitched, and it had quite a bit more in there than what you think, because I worked on this for 2 days and I got 1,100 stitches into it. But the first day that I worked on it, I got 600 stitches into it, and most of those were in this blue here. I think I only done like 100 or 150 stitches over here. Once I'd finished that blue. So yeah, that is looking really good. I am loving the colours and the Northern Lights here. We had the, well, there a week or so ago, we had the Southern Lights here in Australia, which the Northern Lights occurred at the same time, and that was so strong that we actually seen very fine traces of them up here where I am in northern New South Wales. They apparently even seen them further up. They've seen them right up into Queensland, which is really, really strange. We never ever get the chance to see them this far up, because obviously they're the Southern Lights and they're down, way down south. So if I can, I did take a couple of photos. As I said, they're only very faint traces. Some of the photos are a bit blurry, but you can still see the colours, so I'll put them in at the end. But yeah, we got to finally see the Southern Lights. Not naked to the eye, you had to actually take a photo to see them. But yeah, that's what that one's. And this is being stitched on a 16 count as well. So I'll finish off this one, this page, and then I think I'll move across and finish off the last, I think it's like 2 pages over here to get to the edge of it, of the project. And then I'll move down, work across there, move down, work across, move down, work across until I get back to my wolves down here. And then I think what I'll do is, once I get back down to there, I will go right down to the bottom of the project, which I've got, you can't see how big it is, but I've got it folded up at the moment. I'll work down to the bottom of the project and get all this half of the project done, and then I'll go over to the other side and start on the other side. Get back in there. So many. That is all of my spare floss that I've got for it. Like, that is still a shit ton of floss. Like, that's spare floss. And that's my the floss that's been used, and yeah, that's just the spare stuff. So look how, I don't know where that red's meant to be, but anyway. Oh yeah, down in the flowers, down in the bottom of the. But yeah, look how much spare floss there is. It's ridiculous. And when I buy floss, I tend to buy more than what I need. So if the pattern says it needs 2.5 or 2.3 skeins, I'll buy 3 full skeins, just so I know that I've got enough, because I do tend to travel across the back of the project and travel in big chunks. I know some people won't travel more than 10, but I'll go, if I've finished stitching down the bottom of the page and there's one single stitch right up the top of the page, I ain't tying off and then restarting and tying off just for that single stitch. I'll just travel straight up the top of the page and stitch it. So I do tend to probably use more floss because of the traveling, but yeah, doesn't matter. It all gets covered over, stitched over on the back anyway, because I tend to try to do the least amount of colours, and that way if I do travel a bit, when I stitch the most amount of colours, it ties and covers them all in on the back. Anyway, next one that I stitched on, or the very last one that I stitched on, was this one. There we go. The Modern Folk Embroideries 2024 sale for this year, called No Time Like the Present. I'm not doing it in this colour scheme. I'm doing it in a blue and yellow type of a colour scheme. So that's what it'll look like when it's completed. And this is where I'm up to. So as you can see, I have filled in all of this, and holy dooly wasn't there a lot of stitches in that. So I worked on this for one day and I got 1,600 stitches into it. That was yesterday. I had yesterday off, and I wasn't feeling well to do anything else, so I just sat down and stitched. And yes, I think there's like 100 stitches in this gold here, and maybe in that there, and then the rest was just that blue. So there had to have been like 1,500 stitches of blue there, like that. It does look really good though. Like that looks really, really good. I'm loving this. So next time I stitch on it, I will finish off the number in here, which is the number 3, and then I will do the bit that's just in here as much as I can, and then I'll move over. So as you can see, it's not a very big piece. Once I've finished that, I'll move over and do this side, and then go down obviously and do the rest of it. But I am not keeping up with the sections that it has been released in, because I haven't kept up with the thing the whole way through, so it doesn't really matter. I'm just stitching where I want to stitch. As you can see, I did sort of try to keep in the sections when I first started, and it just seemed to be, I wasn't enjoying it, so I just went rogue and decided to stitch wherever I wanted to stitch. But that is looking really good, and my colours for this are 832 and 322. So they're the 2 colours that I chose. And I am using DMC Diamond in certain sections of it, to just give it a little bit of sparkle, and like the numbers in the diamond, and there's certain parts in it that I have used the sparkly gold metallic. But yeah, that's looking really good. And this is on a 20 count Rustico by Zweigart. Stitches are kind of tiny to what I'm used to, since I'm used to stitching on 16 and 18 count. But yeah, and I am doing it 2/1, so it is kind of thick, but it's not too, I'm finding it's not too bad. I know some people still only like to do 1/1 on 20 count because they find it too thick, but this it's not thick to me. It hasn't got that carpety feel. You know how if you do it too thick and it starts to feel like carpet, like a shag pile carpet. It feels that you can feel how thick it is. It's not feeling like that to me. So I'm actually enjoying stitching on the 20 count. The stitches are tiny. Well, as I said, compared to what I'm used to. So that's going to segue into, I am going to try 25 count, my next Pain-Free Crafts kit, which I still haven't chosen. I've got to pull my finger out and get around to choosing it. Usually I got 18 count with them, but I think this time I'm going, and then the last one, which was the Leopard's Gaze, I think it was, I got 20 count. I think I'm going to try 25 count, mainly because it will keep the cost of it down. With me choosing 18 count or 20 count, it does put the cost of it up because of course the fabric gets bigger, so Sarah has to charge more for the size of the fabric. So that's what I'm deciding I will do. I think I'll go 25 count for my kits from Pain-Free Crafts, and I'm just going to have to either bear with it and stitch on it as is, or I'll have to get a magnifying glass or something. So but yeah, that's what I'm going to do, just to try to keep the cost down, because I was happy to pay the extra, but things are getting a little tight, and it is coming up to Christmas. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do, 25 count. But I'm not saying that I'm going to be starting that anytime soon either, because I have so many projects to start and so many projects to stitch on at the moment. But I am not doing any of that. I won't start a project until I finish one. I'm happy to stick with my 21 projects that I have. And if I finish one in a reasonable amount of time, I will start another one for the year. If not, I will leave it till next year. Rightio. Let's get into writing these down. We will update these boards, and then I will choose my next rotation. So what board is this one? This is my full coverage projects. Let's see, I've got you on a different angle today, so let's see if we can get this happening. Rightio. So Tiger Lily is over here, and I got 1,000 on that, which brings that to 8,100. And then the next one is Shaman over here, and I got 1,210. That brings that to 9,310. So we're only, what, 690 stitches off reaching the 10,000, which is quite doable. Protector. Here we got 1,100, and that makes that 8,800. Now, if I push myself next time, or depending on how I stitch next time, the 10,000 should be easily attainable with that, because it's only 1,200. So if I just push for that extra 100, then it will reach that goal. All right, wolves. Well, what I call wolves, but it is Moonrise Song. So we've got 1,100. Oh my God. I know there's going to be some of you screaming at me because I am so close to this. Oh no, it's still 800 off. That's not too bad. I know if it was like only 200 stitches off the goal, I know there's some of you that would have been screaming at me to just go and bang 200 stitches into it now and finish it off. Alright, so most of them are over 9,000. And very attainable. And the others that aren't, like I have that one, that one, that one, that one, and that one, they're still attainable because I've still got two rotations before the end of the year and before my whip parade. So yeah, that's the boards for that one. Oops, sorry, didn't mean to make a big noise. Rightio, and now this is my small and non-full coverage. Let me just fix that one up. Okay, so what have I got to mark? Wild. This one here. And I got 1,600, which brings me over my 5,000 mark finally with this one. So that's 5,900. I think that was the last one, other than my Happy Mood Point Quaker. That was the last one to reach the 5,000 stitch goal, which it finally got there. Moon Wolf. Right here, we got 1,200, which makes that 6,700. And Modern Folk Embroidery is right beside it, and it got 1,600, which brings that to 9,200 stitches into that one already. So yeah, I don't know if, like, I don't want to set my goals too high next year that they're unattainable, and I feel that I'm not going to reach them. But then looking at the numbers that I'm getting on these small full coverages and non-full coverage pieces, I think I could easily set the goal for 10,000 rather than the 7.5, because see, I had it set at 5,000 for the year, and most of them I reached that months ago, and then I changed it to 7.5, and as you can see, some of them I've reached that. Well, these two are finishes, so, but some of them I've already reached over the 7.5 anyway. So whether I should stick with just the 7,500 for the yearly goal for next year, and if I achieve that on all of them, then I can change it to 10,000, or should I just set it for 10,000 for them and set my full coverages at 12,500? That's a decision I'm going to have to make in the next couple of months. I'll just see, I might see by the end of the year, I'll see how far I've got with those smaller pieces and the numbers that I've got on them to where I think I might be able to set my goals to. All right, dump all these back in, shake them around a little bit, and we will pull them out. So first one is spirit guides, and I will just write them down as I'm going. Alright, next one is Shaped Wolf. I am really hoping that I'll pull Sanssouci out in this rotation because I've only got 1200. I think it's approximately 1200 stitches left on it. So, alright. Do I pull 6 out or do I pull 7? Do I pull 7 and then 2 6s, or do I pull a 6, then a 7, then a 6? I think I'll pull 7 and then I can pull 2 6s. Protector. That is 3 full coverages at the moment. Let's see if I can pull out a couple of smalls just to break up the monotony of those full coverage pieces. Tiger Lily. This is another full coverage I'm going to throw across the room. No jokes. Alright. Moon Wolf 1. I thought I had them on the bottom. And I did, but I've been shoving my hand right to the bottom of the bag. So let's see. Yay! Sanssouci! So I am going to say that that will be a finish for the next video, because I'll probably work on that today and tomorrow. Right, that's 6. I don't care what I pull out now. I was just really hoping that I would pull out Sanssouci because I just want to, I know how close I am to a finish, so I just want to get it done. And we have the Modern Folk Embroidery Sale. Alright, so I will get the I'll show you the cover photos for those. Alright, so these are the projects that I'll be working on for this rotation. We have Spirit Guides, Shaped Wolf, Sanssouci, Tiger Lily, Protector, the Modern Folk Embroidery Sale, No Time Like the Present, and Moon Wolf 1. So yes, 4 of those are from the rotation that I just stitched on, but that's okay because I'll just do the 3 newer ones. I'll stitch on them first and then I'll stitch on the other 4 next week or after I've stitched on these ones. Alright, so that's that. I only have a little bit of haul. I did buy a couple of charts. Judy, an Aussie in a Kiwi world, tagged me in a couple of, or one chart on the Aussie cross stitch stash unload site. And I got the one that she tagged me in, and then I found another. Well, it's more like a booklet than it is a chart. Sorry, I just realised that I haven't put the coffee order in for work yet, and it really needs to be done today because our coffee suppliers do their roasting today. So yeah, I just remembered that I needed to do that. All right, so and then I was on Etsy, and I have been looking at this one for a while, and I wasn't sure if it was a copyrighted chart or not, because there's two on there that sell the same chart, and I know it was originally a Russian designer, Russian kit, so I'm not sure. I just took the chance and I bought it anyway, but this is the Kingdom of Books. I know Nicole, North Island Stitcher, was stitching on this one, and I'm pretty sure she bought hers as the kit, and it looks absolutely stunning stitched up. I also know Crafty Emily is stitching on it, and she was having issues because she had the paper chart, and it's on that poster paper and that, and she ended up going on to Etsy and buying the PDF as well. I'm not sure, as I said, I'm not sure which store that she bought it from. I do know there's two of them on there, and I just took a chance and bought it off one of them. So that's that chart that I bought. And then this is the one that Judy tagged me in. So Dare to Dream. It is a leisure arts chart or leaflet, and I'm trying to see what year that this was done in. 1999 is the copyright of it. So of course Judy's seen this, thought of me, tagged me, and I was straight onto it. And then from the same woman, I've got this one, Stony Creek Collection Stitching Safari. So you've got the leopards and the zebras. This one I've already eyed up, and I'm thinking that I will get it kitted up, the zebras. And then you've got the giraffe, which I've also looked at, thought about kitting it up as well. You've got the lionesses, then you have all of them. I don't know why the camel's in there. Are camels really are camels really an African animal? I don't know. I know we've got camels here in Australia, but they're an introduced species. Anyone enlighten me, please. Are camels an African animal? I always thought that they were Arabian desert. I suppose Africa has desert, doesn't it? But it's a bit different to your sandy deserts. So I always thought that they were more like an Arabian, Indian, you know, like them deserty countries, sandy desert countries. Anyway, you've got the panther. I've also looked at this one. I love this one too. The elephants, and of course that's the zebras and the giraffe there again. So there's 5 charts altogether in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 charts, sorry. 7 charts altogether in this book. So I was very happy to get that as well. And that is all of my haul that I've picked up. So I know last time I was talking about, I think it was my last video, my plans, thinking about what I could do for Stitchopoly and stuff like that. I'm still thinking of it, still thinking about it, but then I don't know. I'm not one that really sort of sticks to games as much. They just tend to tie me. I feel like they tie me in, and I don't want to start it and then change my mind and then change my mind again and then change my mind again. So I don't know. I'm still thinking on it. I'm still thinking about how it would work as like a safari type of a thing rather than a Monopoly type of a thing. But yeah, I am seriously just happy with the way that I work my rotation anyway and stitch and just get whatever numbers I can get in them. What else? Oh, thank you to everyone who commented on my Help Me Choose video last week. I am not going to announce the winner until my next video. My next update video. So if you haven't gone and had a look at that video, it is to help me choose what my next long dog sampler will be. So in that video there is 6 long dogs and the fabrics and the fabrics and some of the flosses that I've already got for them. So if you haven't, duck back over and have a look at that video and leave a comment down underneath with what you would like me to stitch on. I am only taking the first one that people suggest. I know there's been a few that have said I really like this one, but I'd also like to see it stitch this one. But I'm only taking the first one. There is a clear front runner at the moment. Very clear front runner, which I wasn't surprised. I thought that it would be one of the more popular ones because a lot of people haven't seen it and there's not a lot of floss tubers actually doing it either. And I'm kind of happy because it is one of my favorite ones as well. And I'm thinking that the color scheme that I've got will actually look really good with it. And I have already gone and bought that pattern. But if it tends to not be the winner in the long run over the next couple of weeks, I will buy the pattern for the winner. It doesn't matter. I'm going to buy all the patterns eventually. But yeah, so there is one clear front runner at the moment, but I will not be announcing it until my next video. So thank you very much, guys. Thank you to everyone that has already commented on that video and chosen their preferred project. I just thought I'd ask you guys to see what yous would like to see me stitching on. I mean, I know yous would be happy with whatever I chose, but I really wanted to just see what you, my viewers and subscribers, would like to see me stitch on. So you had a bit of a choice to get me stitching on a project that you like. Anyway, so yeah, duck over and check that video out if you haven't already and cast your vote. Alright, I think that is everything. Oh, I'm just going to do a couple of one shout out. I just watched her very first video this morning, Flosstube this morning. It's only been out for I think 3 days. And it's a bit of a whip. She started with a bit of a whip parade, and Her Flosstube channel is the Alchemist Stitcher. I think I've got that right. Her name is Anna. She's in America. She does a lot of full coverage, especially Gecko Rouge designs. They're all gorgeous. All the ones that she's chosen and are stitching on are amazing. So she does a lot of Gecko Rouge, and she does have a few unconventional X-stitch patterns as well. And yeah, her first video it's only about 30 minutes, but it was just a little showing of all of her projects. So if you haven't seen her, go over and have a look. I will tag her down below as well. And that's the Alchemist Stitcher. I'm pretty sure that's what her name was. And I have watched a few others, but I can't remember. That one just stuck in my head because I watched her this morning before I started filming this. I think that is everything. Yeah, there's not much else to actually say. Nothing really going on life or work-wise, other than we just had the Jacaranda Ball on Saturday night. So our annual floral festival kicked off on Friday night. It runs for two and a half weeks. And one of the big main events is the Jacaranda Ball, which we cater for. This year it was only for only 320 people, which was a little bit down on previous years. I just think people don't have the spare money to pay for their tickets and stuff like that, and I totally understand that. It went off without a hitch, and that is why I have purple hair, because I decided to dye my hair purple for the occasion. It is only semi-permanent, so it will wash out in about 8 weeks. Then again, the colour, natural colour of my hair, these dyes tend to hang around for a little bit longer, so I've only just got rid of the red that was in my hair that I put in May, start of May. Yeah, it only just sort of came out. So, yeah, I'm going to be having purple hair for a little while. But yeah, so that's it. Everything else is sort of, yeah, still nothing with the car. The insurance company is now doing their own evaluation on the car because they weren't happy with the smash repairer's evaluation. What I don't understand is how can they do an evaluation on the car when they haven't come and actually looked at the car in person. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. The car is now back home. It's sitting out in the paddock waiting for the verdict of the insurance company, and then they can come and collect it from the middle of the paddock if they want to fight the stallion for it, who happens to have fell in love with the vehicle. But yeah, so it'll get sorted. Hopefully it'll all be sorted before Christmas gets here, which is only, what, 9 weeks away? 8 weeks away? I don't actually know, and I really don't care how far Christmas, no. It will be here before we know it. That was the other thing that I got, was the Yota's X-Stitch Advent box. It came in. I did open the box, not the actual Advent box. I opened the packaging that it came in to make sure that everything was right. So it's here. My hot chocolate one's here. I'm waiting on my not marshmallow I had last year. I'm waiting on my fairy floss or candy cotton one, and then I have to pay off the rest. I've paid Sharon, so it should arrive. She said they will be sent out at the end of November. So did she say the end of November? Start of November. Middle of November. Anyway, I should have it before December, and I waiting on the invoice for the 12 days of Christmas, 12 days to Christmas, one for Silk's View. I'll just pay it off and I'll have them. So yeah, that's all sort of falling into place. All right, guys, I will leave it as that. My next video will be on, let me just check this. My next video will be on the 4th of November, Monday the 4th of November. So that's next time you will see me. All right, guys, once again, thank you very much for tuning in. Go and check out that new Flosstuber that I mentioned. It is very much appreciated that you spend your time with me every time I post video. And wherever you are in the world, please take care and stay safe. Until next time, bye for now.